So,
Next up, we got a steel cage tag title match. Which is probably the match I am least interested in on the card, just because I think that their series of matches from the AEW launch weren't that great. Young Bucks versus the Lucha Brothers.
What are you talking
Being in
about?
a cage.
It was Dave Meltzer's favorite ladder match of all time.
God, I probably my least favorite ladder match of all time. Being in a cage, we might get some cool spots. I'm just not really that invested. I think the long-term situation is going towards Full Gear with Young Bucks defending the belts against Jurassic Express. So I got the Bucks winning this one here. Mohammed, your thoughts on Young Bucks versus your least favorite wrestler, Penta and Ray Phoenix?
How dare you? How dare you? Bro.
I forgot to put my glove on. I was supposed to be like,
No, you're supposed to take it out. Yeah.
yeah, then.
And then toss it behind your back. No, not like that. Like that.
Yeah. Yeah. See?
And Serum,
Yeah.
yeah. It's part of the...
Yeah.
By the way, that, what you just described, is part of why I honestly soured him and I'm longing for his Lucha Underground days, because he used to do that in every AAA match, every indie match, every AEW match, just do the whole, mass takeover. And then he gets shocked when people, attack, slap him while he's doing it. Like, Pentagon is an awesome, awesome wrestler, but I think he needs to be produced more than your average wrestler, because left to his own devices, he's too... Let's just say he plays to the crowd as if this is the only show that he's ever going to be on. It's not a continuous theater. He's playing the same theater piece over and over again. But I love Pentagon. I have 3 Pentagon masks and one of them ring-worn, and actually original one of his masks is ring-worn. But basically this match is just for the Lucha Brothers and the Bucks to do cool spots off the top of the cage. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm not a fan of, again, the WWE does this with the Hell in a Cell and the Extreme Rules thing, of just putting a stipulation match in there for the sake of putting a stipulation match in there, and that's what this is, because it's not like they were locked into this blood feud with the Lucha Brothers like 2 or 3 months last month, and they said, we gotta sell this in a steel cage. It's just... No, I get
whoever wins this is going to be in a cage.
I get the reasoning behind it, that there's too much interference. We're going to put the cage so no one interferes, but it's still,
it's not blood related.
It's very WWE.
Yeah,
it's not
exactly. It feels it's an unearned stipulation. That's what that's how I'm gonna phrase it. But I think and for that, I think the Bucks are winning. I would be very pleasantly surprised if the Lucha Brothers win, honestly, but I think the Bucks need to lose those titles in a well-built program where, good triumphs over evil, and that's not what this is right now. So, Young Bucks, James, what do you think?
I agree with you. And I agree with Joe also. I'm thinking either the Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy, the Varsity Boys will probably dethrone the Young Bucks. Could have mean more coming from them 2 teams, not the Lucha Bros. And I think the Lucha Bros losing will help them decide to go with Andrade instead of Pac.
Because
he can use that.
Because they could say that Pac was not there for them as well, since that match is not happening now.
That, or they just see y'all with Pac and y'all losing, and y'all could have had, they could do anything. He can use it to warp their brains into you should come with us. So them winning the tag team belts won't help Andrade anyway. And I want to see the Lucha Bros be heels with Andrade. I think it'd be awesome. But yeah, it's gonna be a spot full match.
Honestly, the bigger thing is they're gonna be heels with Chavo. I think that's gonna be the because Chavo talking for those guys would be awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, it's gonna be a spot full match. You kind of need one of those matches because the fans you with it, they'll eat that all up,
right?
Stuff like that. So it's gonna be good. It's gonna be crazy. But yeah, I'm thinking the Bucks are in and stuff like that. and stuff like that. If that's going to be the sour moment of the night, that would be the Bucks Heyman, no matter what. Yeah. So yeah.
Partner Kenny Omega defending the title against Christian Cage. I think the match is going to be great, but it's still kind of softened from having them have their Impact title match on Rampage a few weeks ago. I got Kenny Omega winning it. I don't think it's going to go on last. I think the main event will be Punk and Darby.
Needs to be.
But I mean, this is just a good title defense for Omega. Defeat a legend like Christian. So going with Kenny Omega winning this bout. Mohammed, who you got winning AEW World Title?
I'm going with Hangman Page. Oh, sorry, he's not in it.
For good reason, because you already say this shouldn't be the main event match, and if he did win it, who gonna care? Who's gonna care?
Yeah, I know.
So
Kenny Omega's gonna win this. It's and I'm in the same boat of like this has softened because we've already seen this match. Not that I honestly was not sold on Christian versus Kenny Omega happening this soon anyways, because I was thinking it should be, a few months after Christian debuts, because it just, out of nowhere, it felt like, whoa, Christian is the number one contender. Oh, he has a match with Kenny Omega at Rampage. Oh, he just beat him, and it's...
Yeah.
We're just, going a lot, and I'd be happy if Christian won, but I don't think it's going to happen, so... Kenny Omega wins. I don't think Punk is going to be in the title picture for a while.
Same.
I think you're going to have to work again towards Hangman Page versus Kenny Omega, but unfortunately Omega wins, and we got to suffer the whole, a heel because he's acting the way a heel thinks a heel would act. This shtick that he's doing. So,
James, who you got winning, the heel or the face?
I got Kenny Omega winning, and
for our listeners, we they don't know if Kenny Omega is the heel or the face yet. Mohammed just said he acts like a heel. Does that mean he's the heel?
I was going to say that. He is the heel. Me and Mohammed went back and forth, and he's right. Scary, tough heels are better. But your slimy, cowardly stuff, people don't that work also, because the whole point is they still hate them.
No, no, but that's not my problem with him. It's not that he's not a scary, tough heel.
Not scary. I mean, he's goofy. I'm saying he's goofy. But and just some people kind of do that, because, like I said, it's like the days of people being scared of people is not really happening, because they know that's what it is. Not saying there are scary wrestlers out there. They are. It's just that you can't give a fan of today and say, "Man, I'm scared of that guy." Like, why would you be scared of him? The mystige of it is gone.
But that's the problem. But that's not my problem with Omega. My problem with Omega as a heel is that, and he's doing this deliberately, mind you. It's not because he's not able to control it. He's doing this. He's acting like a guy who is acting as a heel.
Yeah.
Right.
So his character is someone who is trying to sound tough. He's not failing to sound tough. No, he's acting as someone who is failing to sound tough. It's kind of a deep cut in there, and on some level I admire it, but it's just not clicking for me. It's just
it happens. It happens.
It's just he's trying to be that that over the top video game top boss, like sort of like Zero in King of Fighters 2000, or Rugo in the original King of Fighters.
I get you. Yeah,
I'm just not buying into it. That's my problem. I get people who are.
Speaking of buying in, at the main event where everyone has been bought into it.
I was about to say that too. But hold on, one more thing. This is one more thing about the thing. I get it that it felt rushed, but I felt like they need to get the Impact title off Kenny, and
Yeah.
Christian is a good one, so that was good.
So that's
And
the thing. Would you have had Christian take the Impact title and have someone else challenge Kenny?
I would have had Kazarian win it.
the Impact,
Yeah.
yeah, that'd be good. Still,
Yeah, but let's just say, would you have the same person who beat Kenny for the Impact title challenging him at All Out?
No.
No. No. But to me, they wanted to have a throwaway match because of the reason we know what this pay-per-view is about. Anybody else he could get, it can't be. Because understand that if you had MJF for, say, that's an important match.
Yeah.
You just can't throw it away. That's how I feel like that. You needed someone that you won't feel bad at being in the middle of the match and going to lose. And that'd be Christian because he's like, oh yeah, he lost, but he's still the Impact champion, so we can move on and stuff like that. So I get.
And then
that.
they still can go to a rubber match. That's
Yeah, see, so they can still build on something. So yeah, but you can go ahead. It's CM Punk. That's basically what it is. CM Punk just threw a wrench in everything. So yeah, which
And so we got
rightfully so.
CM Punk versus Darby Allin, which to go, in my opinion, needs to go about 20 minutes, if not longer.
I would change that to how long Punk can go.
Yeah, I mean that's true.
Yeah,
You don't want to, you
I
don't
was
want to
just
be a
thinking, yeah,
10-minute match though.
But,
don't need a Triple H and Scott
but,
Steiner thing.
it's two things. It's that, and you can't also have Punk show everything he has in the first match. So shorter
Yeah.
match.
No,
would be
but
better.
at the same time, if it's paced well enough, you can stretch out the story with it. It would
And I
make
think they
Darby
will.
look great.
Yeah, because
But you can.
they can do it because Sting's not going to be there, but I think in 2.0 and Garcia will interfere, and they'll do something together.
No, I don't. I think they're gonna.
Still, it's going to be straight up 1-on-1.
Yeah, they're gonna. If this match is going on last, they're gonna respect the sanctity of this match, and it's. And you don't
that
want to,
could
and
be.
you don't want to take away from Darby versus Punk in a clean match by having 2.0 or Garcia. While they're great 2.0 rules, by the way, but you can't have them muddy the waters. It needs to be just about Punk and Darby. It's actually just about Punk, but Darby's there. Darby's getting a rub out of it, and
Yeah,
Drub.
yeah, and
moist.
that's why I'm thinking like a shorter match would be better because you can have a 15 match. Punk does a lot of good stuff. He does not go. You don't want to get him. You don't want him to be tested as much right now because you're gonna say, okay, so this match, Punk did the whole thing. Punk did the elbow off the top rope. He did the whole striking combination thing. He did the GTS, the Anaconda Vice. Everything is in there. So I would say we should hold back on a few of his moves. Not that he has.
I think they
everything.
still will.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
let's be honest.
Honestly,
It's CM Punk wrestling in Chicago. He could just stand there for 10 minutes and it's going to be the best thing ever.
Yeah.
no, that's true.
Yeah. I got Punk winning it though.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's going to be
Same.
a lot of offense from Darby and a little things from CM Punk. Like you said, he can do a lot more by doing less. There you go.
Yeah.
If they're going to tell a story, they might tell that, Darby's a little quicker. He's a little more... Punk is still shaking off the ring rust. Darby goes for something.
That could be, yeah.
Darby goes for something. Punk rolls out of the ring and just, takes that little walk around half the apron and then comes back again, frustrated,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I do think that this it might be for a Rock Hogan purpose, but this pure spectacle of this match is obviously going to make this the match of the night.
Yeah.
And I think it does have the possibility of in-ring being match of the night as well, but this feels like the biggest spectacle in AEW history.
It does. Yes.
It feels like
It is. It is the biggest spectacle in AEW history, honestly. We can.
I will say it's probably the biggest spectacle in non-WWE in
Since WCW. Paul. Yeah.
maybe Maybe.
Because can you think of anything else? Maybe
I was gonna say MSG for New Japan and Ring of Honor, but I think this is bigger than that.
this is way bigger. This
Yeah.
like it was an awesome moment for it to happen, but it did not generate this amount of buzz.
No.
I mean,
No.
CM Punk got people who have stopped watching wrestling come back.
Yeah.
Good. I'd say it's and that same thing was kind of happening with All In, but this is bigger than All In.
Yeah, because of this
When you go to WCW, it's actually probably the biggest thing since maybe even 1999 WCW.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, it's. I'll do you one better. It's probably the biggest thing since.
Goldberg Hogan.
I was gonna go a little later than that, but we might go Goldberg Hogan, or you might say it's the biggest thing since Jared Hogan, because that made a lot of.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'll agree with that.
Because honestly, that was the last noteworthy thing that came out of WCW, and then it's just.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us on the Outlaw Mucho Drive-In. If you liked that video, please click like and subscribe to our channel for more content from the Drive-In. For full episodes of our podcast, you may look us up on Anchor, Spotify, or wherever your favorite podcasts are available. Just search for Outlaw Mucho Drive-In. And if it's not too much trouble, would you help us out here? Spread the word, share. We would really appreciate it. Thank you. We love you. Bye.